Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm not gonna lie, between all the teasers that we got for Season 4, alongside the Easter egg progression that we had going on in Season 3, I was definitely expecting to see something major happen with the launch of the season when it comes to Warzone. But of course, as we all know by now, we didn't really see anything major happen in Warzone outside of the official debut of Price and some smaller additions to the map like the brand new train tracks. The Easter egg though itself kind of took a weird turn, as any and all official progression was basically halted. Now, obviously, we've got some new secrets relating to the Easter egg and ultimately the upcoming event, but those aren't really supposed to be accessible, it's all seen through glitches and whatnot. So today we're breaking down the truth behind the Warzone Easter egg and also the upcoming event. So if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And as always, if you are new here, we are always covering the latest Call of Duty news and intel, multiplayer, Warzone, you name it, you're gonna find it right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. Also, today is the last full day for this month that code WhosImmortal will actually get you 30% off your G Fuel order. So if you want to grab anything from there, now is a great time to do so. Anyways, as I said, the Warzone Easter egg took a very strange turn when Season 4 launched, as it almost feels like we took a step backwards in a sense. It may not feel that way because we do now know that there is a giant missile under Bunker 10, and we also know there is some other new spaces underneath some of the other bunkers as well. However, none of that stuff is actually available through the Easter egg itself. In fact, none of the Easter egg outside of Bunker 11 is available right now because mysteriously, without mention, Infinity Ward actually removed the red access cards. These of course were available throughout the second half of Season 3, and these allowed us to gain access to a specific set of the regular bunkers, those being bunkers 0, 4, 5, 6, and also 9. Now bunkers 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 10 all remained locked all throughout the season, and you could not access them via a keycard. I also believe most of those didn't have power as well, but that's besides the point. And then of course Bunker 11 had absolutely nothing to do with the keycards whatsoever, and instead that was all about the Russian phone codes. Now here's the thing, all of that was fine and dandy, right? We could get into some of the bunkers, we couldn't get into others. That was all cool and everyone was there messing around with that. But then with the launch of Season 4, that kind of all stopped. With the exception of Bunker 11, which you can still get into by completing these same phone code Easter egg, all of the other bunkers 0 through 10 are now inaccessible because Infinity Ward and Raven removed the red access cards from the game for a reason that we're going to get to here in just a moment. Now, outside of the train tracks that we mentioned earlier, which were updated with Season 4, some players noticed that there was one other very peculiar change on the map as well. And that was the newly added shadows up at the top of the dam, which can be seen crossing the ice every few seconds. Now, we talked about this a few days back, theorizing on what exactly these shadows could be. If they were some kind of submarines, a lot of you guys thought it may be an underground train of some sort, but actually, I hate to disappoint, but it has been revealed that these shadows aren't actually anything at all. Well, I guess they're still something, but they're not anything that we thought they were. So, these shadows are in fact not a submarine, they are in fact not a train, and instead, they are simply texture glitches, I believe from the support helicopters if I remember correctly, and because the ice was slightly updated with Season 4, it seems that actually messed up the textures and caused these shadows to appear more and more. Now, the reason that we know that these shadows mean pretty much nothing is because they're actually visible all over the place. You can see them out in the ocean just barely. They are there, but they are very, very hard to spot. And really because they are so visible on the ice itself compared to pretty much everywhere else on the map, that's why everyone thought this was some kind of tease for the event. But one of the truths behind the Warzone event, and I guess the overall Easter egg, is that these shadows don't have anything to do with it whatsoever. But that said, that doesn't mean the entire dam is just counted out now. I still truly think the dam will be changing here at some point in the future, maybe in a natural way where the ice just simply melts and that causes some water to flow out, or maybe it's going to be attacked. Who knows? Only time is going to tell, but just a heads up, the shadow mystery has been officially solved and unfortunately, it's nothing special. So with those shadows now out of the question, what do we know about the Easter egg and how it plans to unfold? We all thought that we were getting somewhere with the dam. Turns out, we weren't. But lo and behold, it seems the Easter egg also took another very weird step. I would say partially backwards, partially forwards. It's just all around very weird. So we've known about the shack over by the prison for, I would say, a hot minute now. It of course has all of the old RCXD parts in it that were discovered a while back, but with the Season 4 update, this shack was actually locked, and now it has the same exact keypad on the front of it that all of the other bunkers have. So I'm not sure why a shack that was previously opened is now closed and locked, but it could tie into the overall truth about the event, which we're getting to here in just a bit. However, alongside this shack near the prison, there is also a shack outside of the TV station, and there's also another one at the farmland area too. Now, the shack at the TV station has a map on the wall. Keep in mind, this one is also locked, but on the door there is actually a window, so you can jump and sort of peek into it. It's really hard to get an actual glimpse of pretty much anything, but if you do it enough, you can sort of piece it all together. So on this map, there are 5 specific areas that seem to be pointed out. It's very hard to see once again, but it looks like it's highlighting downtown, the stadium, the airport, the train station, and also the prison. Now, what these areas are highlighted for, I have absolutely no idea, but it seems those areas are definitely going to be key points of interest in this overall storyline. Then, the shack over at the farmland doesn't really have any major clues in it as far as I can tell, outside of some photos regarding some more rockets. But basically what I'm getting at here is that this 1 step forward, 2 steps back update when it comes to the shacks is definitely intentional. These obviously play into the Easter egg in some way, shape, and or form because they all have the matching keypads on the front of them. But what exactly they mean and how everything that sits inside of them ties into the story is, I guess, still the greater mystery that we have yet to solve. Anyways, we are now coming full circle. We've got the shacks in mind, and we also have the bunkers from earlier too. Together, obviously, we now have a much more limited access to some of these secret areas on the map. We cannot get into any of the shacks anymore. We can't get into 10 out of the 11 bunkers anymore. So why is that? Well, I believe the truth about the Warzone Easter egg and the Warzone event in general is that it has actually been delayed, or at least the peak of it has been pushed back. Now, there's no official statement claiming this because that in and of itself would probably share too much info about the timeline of everything, but as we know, this upcoming event is said to be the way in which Call of Duty 2020 is officially revealed. And with no reveal in sight, this theory is becoming more and more of a reality. Now, a few days back, Tom Henderson, aka Long Sensation, tweeted out saying, "Continuing with the bad news, I also got word that the next COD reveal might be pushed back into August." Now, Tom has been a pretty credible source when it comes to Call of Duty insider info for a while now, so his word definitely is trustworthy, or at least it's been proven to be in the past. So if what he's saying here is true, this means we may not see this Warzone event until the very end of Season 4. Because it just so happens, Tom says the COD 2020 reveal may be pushed back into August, and currently, Season 4 is set to end in August, on August 4th to be exact. So if this is true and this Easter egg will peak with the reveal of COD 2020, then it would certainly make sense that if the actual COD 2020 reveal was delayed, the event, by association, would be delayed too, as unfortunate as it is. I mean, I'm just saying, it seems like all of the Easter egg progress was basically frozen with the Season 4 update, as to keep us from progressing with it. Because, obviously, if it's not supposed to be ready until the COD 2020 reveal is ready, we would have a very awkward situation if we were to solve the Easter egg, and then just have absolutely nothing to show for it due to the delay. I don't know, this is certainly a very weird situation, but it seems like the Warzone event, just like the reveal of COD 2020, has been pushed back as far as we can tell, and thus, for now, the Warzone Easter egg remains at a standstill. Anyways, with all of that being said, that is effectively the truth behind the Warzone Easter egg and ultimately the Warzone event, and why it seems things have sort of been put on pause for the moment, and that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it, and of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and everything in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on, that way you'll always know whenever I post a new video. As I mentioned earlier, today is the last full day of the month that code WhosImmortal will get you 30% off basically everything on gfuel.com. So if you want to grab a new flavor, restock your current favorites, or even try G Fuel for the first time, now is the best time to do so. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.